any more of the original Battlestar quotes be showing up on the new one?
You know, for me, first of all, the new Battlestar Galactica, as you know, is a huge cast. It is an absolutely huge cast. And they've had Lucy Lawless and several other people on, you know, for the last 11, 12 shows. And I think they're going to continue to bring people on. One of the things about this show is that it's become so well respected as such a well-written, you know, incredible story that you're getting actors from the movies, you're getting all kinds of wonderful people that want to be on the show, which, you know, helps any show. So they're probably going to be bringing a number of people on. And I think it's just a question of the right role, right time, right place that they feel would be right for any of those actors. I mean, I've always said, I felt like, this would be amazing for Dirk to come on and play Katie's father, you know? But then we'd have a little incest to deal with on the show. I don't know how appropriate that would be, but I do think that it would be kind of interesting to see scenes between those two characters. And the nice thing is that you'd get to see the original Starbuck still get a chance to be himself on the show, you know. And obviously, many people love the original Starbuck, but I also love as well. I just think Katie's doing an amazing job. I think Katie is one of. I think she is going to win some Academy Awards. I do. I think she has this. I mean, I teach acting symposiums around the country. I do acting for everybody seminars. Everybody secretly wants to act, you know, because it's a part of who we are as people. We've role played, we played as kids. I mean, how many people secretly would like to have their moment on the screen if they could? Raise your hand. Come on, be honest. Get it up. Get it up. So I do a bunch of that stuff, and so it doesn't take long to really recognize talent. And there's phenomenal talent on this new show. But just watching Katie, she's got one of those characters that really allows for that volatile. You know, she's sexy, she's volatile, she's a badass, you want to hate her, you want to love her, you want to shake her up, you know what I mean? She's one of those kind of very, very charismatic characters that seems to cause things to happen. And, you know, to be lucky enough to get a character like that to play is amazing, plus to have the talent to be able to do it. And to have a writing staff that supports that, you couldn't ask for something better. You know, and I've told people, you know, many times, how I made a transition from the original, which I'd worked so hard to bring back, and my passions were all to do a continuation, because, let's face it, how many shows did you ever see brought back that didn't suck? Come on, tell me, how many shows that you love were brought back that didn't suck? Because people that usually bring it back don't understand what it was that made the show successful in the first place. But somebody, and I don't know who it was, had an epiphany, you know, I don't know what went through their mind. I don't know if it was Bonnie Hammer or somebody else. I don't know who made that decision, but whoever brought Ron Moore on board was the smartest thing they ever could have done, because he brought together such a writing staff, such a crew, such a production, which, and let's be honest, I don't just like the Sci-Fi Channel. I mean, the Sci-Fi Channel is improving. They're getting better and better things, Eureka, and there's other things that are coming on. I mean, that show has grown, but in kind of the earlier days, they weren't known for the most quality, you know, science fiction productions. And so, you know, when they said they were going to do this reimagined Battlestar, you know, I don't know about you, but I was cringing inside. And, you know, it took me a little longer to make the transition from the miniseries to the finally getting into the series, but it didn't take long to recognize phenomenal writing, acting, performing, and producing. And for me, as an actor, as a writer, as a director myself, this is the kind of thing that we all as artists aspire to. Even, by the way, Buffy, Joss Whedon is in love with Battlestar Galactica. He said, I would give anything to be writing that show. Yes?
On the way here, the 10-hour drive, we were debating if the new Battlestar Galactica is a remake of the old or a continuation because of the whole religious philosophy of this has happened before and it will happen again.
You know, yeah, did everybody hear what she said?
No. Sorry.
Can you state that just a little louder for them?
All right. I was saying that on the 10-hour drive here, we were debating about if the new Battlestar was a remake of the old Battlestar or actually a continuation, a sequel in the future because of the whole religious philosophy where this has happened before and will happen again. what I was asking.
Well, you know that they kind of threw that out a little bit when you saw the original 4-hour miniseries, and you saw the original Cylon and the original Battlestar ship, and you got a sense that what was before was the original Battlestar. So in a funny way, they wanted to kind of give you a sense that that was a continuation. Now it's going to be really interesting because, you know, there were people that, obviously, there was controversy, there was people that were upset about the show making such a, you know, big change. Obviously, a lot of people were upset about the change from Starbuck, from a woman, you know, from a man to a woman. I mean, there's a million things. Listen, we all fall in love with something, and it's very hard for all of us. We fall in love with our favorite story, our favorite character, and favorite movie, and we get very, very, you know, it's very hard to see something you love change. And it's not even about better or worse or anything. It's just about change is difficult for most of us. Would you not agree? I mean, it is hard.
So Starbuck wouldn't have sold as a woman back when it came out originally. It
No.
wouldn't sell now, but it wouldn't sell back then.
But not only that, I mean, I don't know about you, but honestly, if you tried to bring a guy to do Starbuck, then you're competing with Dirk Benedict, and I think then it's really, really hard because it's going to be very hard for anybody to step into those shoes and play that. So Katie got a chance to come in a sense, kind of build upon that, and because we're in a new era where there's so much more that you can do. I mean, you're given so much more permission to get into much more edgy, controversial, provocative areas dramatically that, you know, they couldn't have written that stuff 28 years ago. And by the way, we tried. I had so many lunches with producers trying to, people don't understand, I love the original show, I love the original premise, but I was frustrated with the writing, and I was frustrated with where we were going, and we had multiple lunches trying to get the producers to write, get more into the core story of Battlestar, which is why, by the way, that and I can only say this for myself, when I met Ron Moore and I heard what he said, even though it sounded so much different and looked so much different than the original, what he believes in, how he approaches subject matter, for me, talked my language. So that was very easy for me to all of a sudden develop a lot of trust and faith in that man, because I knew this guy was going to step out of the box and do something exciting. And as you all know, he created a way to take even those who were so pissed off and force them to come back and watch the show every week, even though they did not want to like this new show. You know? And so what's so wonderful about this is that we all get to collectively enjoy this, because we all have friends who, the minute you mention sci-fi or Battlestar Galactica, they go, oh, you know, thank you very much, like this. And you know, you get that little smile, and you know if you can just get them to watch it once, they're fucked. Oh, wait, sorry, frack. Oh, God, forgive me.
Can you tell